All right, I'm sure you can tell by the name what we're going to be making today. We're going to be making sauerkraut. Sauerkraut is so easy to make. You don't need to buy it, and it's always better if you make it yourself. It's real easy. Don't overcomplicate it. Now, I am using this. I'll put a link of this down below. It does have a push down where you can push down to keep everything submerged. It's built in. Has a lid for it. You don't need this. This just makes it so easy. I actually have two of these. I have one for sauerkraut, and then I make kimchi. I have another one for kimchi, and I just store them in the fridge, and I'll go over all that later. But it's really easy to make. Don't overcomplicate. If you don't have this, like I said, you could use a mason jar. I used a mason jar for the longest time, and I'll explain to you as I do mine what you do with your mason jar. Now, sauerkraut can be cut up two different ways. Strips, or narrow strips, or cubes. I like the strips for sauerkraut. The narrower the strip, the easier it is to start breaking down the cells and getting the water out. Kimchi, I like little bigger pieces, centimeter by centimeter inch pieces, maybe a hair bigger. But that's all personal preference. You can do either or. Like I said, don't overcomplicate this. I'm going to tell you the ratio now, what you need, because all you really need is cabbage and salt. Try not to use the iodine salt. Any of the regular table salt is iodine in it. It could affect the bacteria in there. So get something without iodine in it. And I'll show you how you can grind in here. Basically, you need 2% of your weight. So you get your weight of, after you cut it up, get your weight, times it by 0.02. You can go up to 0.2 to 2.25%, but I just go 2 and I'm fine. But yeah, so just whatever your weight is, times your weight, times 0.02, and that's how many you have. I like it in grams. That's up to you though. You can do pounds and ounces and all that too, but very easy. This has the core here and everything. Now we're gonna cut the core out. I'll show you what we're gonna do. I'm gonna show you this real time. Cut it in half. And set that aside. Here's the core. We're gonna cut it in half again. And I'm gonna cut the core out. Now, don't throw this away. Keep it. Put it in a Ziploc baggie. Keep it in your freezer. Anytime you make stock, throw it in. So don't waste it. It's free for your, and then every time you have chicken bones or beef bones or a bunch of the veggies frozen like that, the ends of your carrots, when you cut the onions, the ends of the onions off, save those, the celery bottom, everything. And if you have enough and you don't have any meat, just make veggie stock. You got it right there. We're gonna do the same here. And right here, we're gonna keep that there. And here, we're just gonna slice these real skinny. Now, when you're here, you want it real thin. So just try to shave it as thin as you can get it. If you have a mandolin, go ahead and use that. I don't mind cutting this by hand. You don't have to get it perfect now. You can see how easy this is. And it's actually not that quick. When I get to that angle, I like going down to this. If some's a little thicker, just go back and make it thinner, or just leave it a little thicker. And you can see how easy that quarter was. I'm just going to throw it in the bowl for now. Right there. The other one, I'm going to do all this in real time. I'm not going to speed it up. I'm not going to show you how quick and easy this is. I'm not going to cut anything out or anything like that. You're just going to see how easy this was. Now, the only thing I did get the weight of my bowl here in grams before I filled it up. That's all I did, so I can subtract that. Like I said, if you have a mandolin, you can. If you grow cabbage and you have a lot of cabbage and you want to keep it for the whole year, Some people invest in those cabbage slicers, or it's called sauerkraut slicers. It's up to you. I'm gonna take this top leaf off. That's kind of looking kind of stale there. I did wash the cabbage also before this, before you saw it. Hand's gonna get not done there, so it's a little thicker than I want. It's fine. Like I said, it's not perfect. If you want it thinner, smaller pieces, doesn't matter. You can just do this. You're good to go. It's entirely up to you. See how quick that was? Easy, 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 easy. There it is here. I'm gonna get it on the scale. I'm gonna turn it on. Make sure we're on grams. We are on grams. I'm gonna put this on here. I'm gonna get my phone out to do some quick calculation here. The total weight of this bowl and the cabbage is 2376 grams, and the bowl empties 1132. That's 1244 grams, and we're going to times that by 2%, 0.02. So I need 24.8 grams, so I'll just go 25 grams. Now here's what makes it easy when you have a scale. And if you don't have the scale, do the best you can. You can hold it, get on the scale and get it off and see the difference. You know, there's forgiveness in this. Now, so I need 25 grams, so I'm going to re-tear this to set it back to 0. And I'm basically going to just do this fresh crack, because I don't have any already cracked. And this will be, take a couple minutes, that's fine. I'm already, if I look down, just went over the 8. You can see this will take a minute. If you have it already ground up, you have kosher salt, just use a kosher salt. And that'll be real easy. I just don't have any at the moment. I'm already at 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, there's 25. That's all there was to it. That was it. Move that to the side, go here. I'm gonna jump around here just to see if this is right. Get a good angle. There we go. I just wanted to make sure it gets right. Now the salt's in here, you wanna mix this, okay? You don't have to beat it up hard now. Right now, all you're doing is mixing this to distribute the salt. Now, if you want to, if you have it already ground, or if you're grinding it, you can put a third in, mix it, put another third in, mix it, put the last third in and mix it like this, or put it all in at once. I'm just distributing the salt now. That's all I'm doing. I'll make sure I get all these in here. If you have some really big, thick ones, you can take those out if you want. The ones next to the core. That's up to you though. I don't mind the thick ones because it adds some really nice texture in there. If you see any like big pieces, I just break them up. That's it. That's all the mixture. Now, I'm gonna leave this sit for 30 minutes right here on the counter. Do nothing, just 30 minutes. I'll be back in 30 minutes. All right, it's actually been about 40 minutes. I got doing something I forgot, which is fine. I don't want to leave it here for a long time, but I forgot to make sure you wash your hands before too. And you can tell now it's a little softer and it's real wet. If you go to the bottom, there's barely any water down there, not much. You can just see just a little bit down there. But what we're gonna do now is we're gonna just squeeze it. Take it and squeeze it. And here's where a big bowl will be helpful. Some people in the mason jar will put in a little at a time and push down on it with like the back of a spoon or something. And this will break it up a little bit, which is fine. You can tell how much it's shrinking down because we're getting all that water out. Just the little time I've been doing this, you can see all that water. Hope you can see that. That's came out already. So I'm just going to do this. Do it real time. Not going to stop, speed up, because some people do that and make it look, you know, way easier than it is. It's easy, but it just takes a little time. You can tell as I'm squeezing it, I'm mixing it up too. And if you have a big quart mason jar, most cabbages, or one cabbage will fit in that one quart. I did that for the longest time. The only difference between what I have and that is don't seal it tight when you're fermenting it, okay? Put the lid on. When you put the ring on, don't tighten the ring all the way. Leave it off a little bit so the ring can gas stuff out. Like here's a bigger, thicker one. I'm gonna leave that in, so that'll be kind of good. Okay. Okay, that's good for now. I'm gonna clean my hands off in here because I want to do one thing. Now, my wife, when I make this, my wife really, really likes caraway seeds in this. How much you add is up to you. For this one, I add about a cap and a third. I don't want to overdo it, but I want to make sure it's in there. So, and then when it's in there, I'm just going to mix it a couple more times just to make sure it's mixed really good. Squeeze it a couple more times, and you can see it. So, phone rang, sorry about that. So you can see it kind of mixed in there a little bit throughout there. I'm going to clean my hands, and I'll be back. Okay, got my hands a little cleaner. Now here's with this, and you can just put it in your mason jar. I'm just going to fill it up. Now, do the same thing in the mason jar, but we're going to be keeping all this liquid, and we're going to be putting it in here because you want it submerged. Okay. There we go. Got this here. Now what I'm going to do is just get a spatula. Before I make a mess, I'm going to pour the water I have in there. Get all this stuff in there. Get as much as I can and much as the liquid I can in there. That's it for there. Put it on. You can kind of see right here, the water's not up there. So now what you can do is just push down on it like this. Make it real easier. If you don't want to, you can see all the water coming up now. If you don't want to do this, you know, these splurges, I think it is, how you ground up hamburger. You can use that if you want to. That's going to cut it up a little more. Don't like that too much. The bottom of this or something wider, you get the idea. But for me, I find it just as easy with a fist and easier because you're really getting a lot of pressure. You can see it. We're getting close to having, you're basically trying to get it, you can see where you want it all the way submerged underwater. Now, if you're doing it, and you're just not getting all the enough liquid, you can add water, filtered water, non-chlorinated, okay? So either boil the water in the microwave for a couple minutes, you know, just for if it's boiling to get rid of it. Sorry about that, my dog started barking. Like I said, the water here, you want it all below, but if you don't have enough water, you just keep doing it, you're just not getting enough water. Add it, non-chlorinated water. If you don't have non-chlorinated, put it in the mic, boil it, let it sit about 10 minutes, should be good. But for every cup of water, you want a half a teaspoon of salt. Non-iodized again, okay? But here's where this device is flipping awesome. You can see it here where it's almost done. Normally I would do it more, but you have this pressure thing. This lid goes on, and here's how you can seal it, okay? So that's sealed where no air gets out, and this seals it where air can get out, okay? What I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna leave it open just for now because it's gonna off-gas a lot. And when I push it down, so with the water, so what you do now is you push it down, just keep pushing. Do you see everything's below the water down there now? So, and then when you're done, I'll show you here, you just take it off. So you push it down. I'm just gonna push it down until I just start seeing water coming out. And then do it, and I'm just gonna let that sit. Take my lid, put it on, and leave this sit. Now we're gonna go over everything now. If you're using a mason jar, just keep it at room temperature, not in your fridge, not anywhere hot, just room temperature, 70, 75, you're golden. If you have a mason jar, put a towel over it so no sunlight gets in, okay? But this is just like this. Every day, you're just gonna wanna open it up, take a peek at it, make sure everything's okay. Close it back up. Now, how long? That is entirely up to you. I would do it for a week. Let it sit on your counter a week. Checking it every day. And if there's any foam at the top, just skim the foam off, you're fine. If you see mold on the top, you're okay. It's not really mold, it's some fuzz. If you see anything growing inside the sauerkraut, that's not good. But after a week, try it. I like mine 2 to 3 weeks. I like mine a little stronger. Some people are a lot stronger. When you get it, if you want to let it keep going and get stronger and stronger, go for it. Just start eating it. But if you get it to the point where you like it, store it in the fridge. That'll kind of stop all the turning it, the fermenting and everything off. Because remember, you're getting the natural antibiotics with this here. This is great. Me and my wife have a couple forkfuls every day just to get for probiotics. But inside of a meal, good stuff. Obviously, on hot dogs and sausage and everything like that. So this is it here. Now, I'm gonna come back in a few days and show you how it's looking in a few days. All right, it's been 2 days. Last night, all I did last night, I just did this. I didn't even look in it. Did all my 4, just cracked it, and I sealed it back up. Let's take a peek at it. Remember, this link of this is down below. Oh, you can see it there. Look at all that liquid on top there, which means it's all covered underneath, and it's a good liquid. So that's a good thing. And I see no fuzz, no mold, no nothing. So it's looking pretty good. It's 2 days. I made this on a Monday. We will test it on a Friday. So a couple more days, we will test it. Probably going to need more for my liking, but some people might like it, a younger sauerkraut. Me and my wife both like it a little more, I don't know, sauerkrauty, for lack of better terms. But get it to the strength you want. I'd start checking in about 4 or 5 days, and then stop where you want and then put it in the fridge. But we'll take a peek here in a couple days. Right, it's been 1 day over a week. But try this every couple days. Just open it up. Here's what makes this really nice. You can see right in there. Got the liquid in there. It's gonna lift up. Here's all you have to do to try it. And you can see the sauerkraut in there. Looks really good. Give it a try. That's right about where I like it. Some people like it more sour, some people don't. And here's a great thing in this container. Like I said, the link of this down below. You can do this in a mason jar too. Don't worry. What I do now is I'm going to seal it. Put the lid on. Pop it in the fridge. And this will last a long time in the fridge because remember, it's natural. It's not no chemicals, no nothing. But it usually doesn't last too long. And anytime you want it, open it up, grab some out, and do it. I make sure I have at least 1 big spoonful or fork a day at a minimum. I usually have a couple, and that's just for my gut health because you get the good bacteria and everything like that. I hope this video was okay. If it was, please, you don't mind, give me a like, subscribe if you like, if you want more content. Anything else you would like to see, just let me know down below. Hope everybody has a great day. Thanks.